Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome to RightOn, the game show where mistakes are okay and sometimes you gotta be wrong to be right. Hi, everyone. My name is Zach, a recent grad from Drexel University and a game designer and concept artist. I am so excited to be here as your host with the most today. So here's how the game works. Before the show, each of our contestants received the same questions. They figured out the correct answers and then were challenged to come up with trick answers. Those trick answers were then combined randomly to create voting slides. Your job as the audience is to try to pick the correct answer and not be fooled by a contestant's trick answers. The more the contestants trick the audience, the more points they get. For everyone at home, if you haven't already logged into our voting platform, please do so now with the code at the bottom of your screens. And so while you're doing that, let's go ahead and meet today's contestants. We have three marvelous members of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Peninsula. First, the friendly and funny Andy. Secondly, the gregarious Gabby. Hi, Gabby. And let's not forget about the indomitable Irvin. All right, so let's get to learn a little bit more about contestants for today's show. Starting with you, Andy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Andy. I'm a junior at Everest High School, and two hobbies of mine is that I like to play video games and I like to play soccer.
Rad. Well, thanks, Andy, for being with us today. And now let's extend a warm welcome over to Gabby. Gabby, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience as well?
Hi, my name is Gabby. I'm a junior. I go to Sequoia High School. I play for their softball team, and I'm a Sequoia cheerleader also.
All right. Great to have you, Gabby. And now let's take it on over to Irvin. Irvin, why don't you introduce yourself as well?
Hi, my name is Irvin. I'm also a junior at Everest, and I also like playing video games and enjoy playing soccer.
Great. Thanks, Irvin. So athletes, what a great group of contestants. And good luck to each one of you, as well as the audience here tonight. Our game today has 5 rounds, each with 1 question. All right, everyone. Without further ado, let's play RightOn. Here's the first question. Mario first appeared in Donkey Kong in 1981 and then Super Mario Bros. In 1985. What led his designer, Shigeru Miyamoto, to give him a hat? A, because Mario is bald. B, the real Mario was a painter. C, it was too hard to display hair. Or D, to make him look different from Luigi. All right. So while we give everyone at home 30 seconds to vote, we're going to play a quick bonus game. The contestants, who of course already know the trick answers, will try to guess which percent of the audience will guess the correct answer. The contestant who guesses the closest number will get a whopping 20 bonus points. Okay, audience, we'll start 30-second countdown now, and contestants, you can start tossing out your guesses. First come, first serve. Good luck, everyone. All right.
66.
So,
I'm gonna go with 30.
45%.
45. So we're feeling like people know their gaming history. Maybe their fun facts. Alrighty. So our contestants have announced their guesses, and the voting is also now complete. While we wait for the voting results to be tallied and see who gets the bonus points, let's get to know a little bit more about our contestants. So our first question today was about Mario, and it's hard to believe that he turned 35 this year. He doesn't look a day over 30. This question is particularly relevant to me as a game designer, as I both play and design games regularly. So I'm actually curious whether it's a video game, a board game, or a sport. What was the last game that each of you really enjoyed playing? And so we'll start with Andy first.
So a game I recently enjoyed playing is Rocket League.
Yeah, Rocket League is a super fun game, and I know it's gotten really popular lately. How about you, Gabby?
Well, the most recent game that I've played is Among Us, but like my favorite game of all time must be Just Dance.
Definitely on opposite sides of the spectrum. Among Us is really fun, but so is Just Dance. Really enjoy getting up and out. And Irvin, how about you? Favorite game or franchise?
My favorite game currently to play is a game called Phasmophobia. It's very fun to play with friends and it's very thrilling.
Definitely with the horrors and the thrills, just in time for the Halloween season, I'd say. And me, I don't know, recently, let's see, I've been playing a lot of indie games. So just sort of side games. I guess the last one I played was Celeste, because I'm really into platformers. So I definitely like the challenge. And yeah, um, how about in terms of board games? Anyone played any recent board games being at home and all?
Uno. Uno is
With
really good.
classic. Andy or Irvin?
Um,
Last time you played a board game?
I've played Monopoly.
Nah, play. Also classic.
I
Now I
rarely
know all
get
of
to play board games.
but I know all of you are also athletes. So in terms of the sports that you guys don't play, do you have a favorite sport at school outside of the team that you're currently on?
Well, the swim team sounds really like exciting and something that I would love to try.
Great. I used to do swimming at a summer camp, and also we had a really good swim team at my old high school. So that's awesome, Gabby. All right. So it looks like our audience votes are in. So let's see how everyone voted. All right. So about 13% of our audience guessed D. About 25% of you all chose A. Answer B also received 25% of the votes. And the most picked answer was C with 38% of the votes. So the correct answer was C. It was too hard to display hair. Back in 1985, there were just too few pixels to design realistic hair. So the designer went with a hat to cover Mario's head. Even doing a realistic mouth was difficult back with that limited technology. So that's where Mario gets his signature mustache from. So let's also see how many points each of our contestants gets. So Irvin gets 12 points for his answer. Gabby, 25 for B. And another 25 for Andy for his answer in A. So since 38% of the audience voted for the correct answer, let's see which contestant came the closest. Based on the votes, their guesses rather, it looks like, oh, 1 second, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it was Gabby who was the closest with 35%. So, awesome job, Gabby. You get a bonus 20 points for this round. So you'll all be able to see on the scoreboard below. So enough about Mario. Let's take a look at our second question. So question 2. On our last show, following the pattern described, we found that there'd be 2.64 quadrillion pounds of wheat on the chessboard. That's a lot of wheat. The equivalent in weight to approximately how many Mount Everests? A, 5, B, 7, C, 9, or D, 15 mountains? All right, there's a lot to unpack here, folks, so we're putting 30 seconds on the clock. Best of luck. All right. Welcome back, everyone. While we wait for those votes to be tallied, I actually was wondering if we have any hiking fans out there, especially within our contestant panel today. Anyone a fan of hiking or know of any good trails near their area?
I've been, or I hiked in a lot of places before, like in Yosemite, Grand Canyon.
Nice.
They were all very good experiences. Very nice to experience the nature.
I'm with you there. Gabby or Andy, are either of you big fans of hiking or go hikes with friends, family?
Oh, well, I'm not like a huge fan of hiking, but I've had gone hiking to Yosemite, but like the views and like the passage was overall a really good experience. So I'll do it again.
Nice. Yosemite is on my list. I'm over here on the East Coast, so on a mission to get out there and check out the park. And then in terms of hiking or just general parks and areas, I used to do a lot of hiking back when I was a scout. And recently, yeah, just with quarantine, I guess getting out, I totally agree with Irvin on getting out and getting in the nature, getting fresh air. So I'm definitely a proponent for going out and taking a walk in the mountains, in the forest somewhere. But yeah, so I guess shooting it back, Irvin and Gabby, do you guys remember what kinds of items you brought on your hike, or how long, or how far you traveled?
Well, I don't really remember like where specifically we went hiking. I just know that it took a long time to get there and there's a lot of people. And but I do remember carrying like a huge backpack with like extra clothes, like water bottles and like stuff that I'll need for like the hike.
Sweet. So yeah, I think we have our results in. So let's take a look, everyone. So with 22% of the votes, A. B received also 22% of the votes. And C as well. I'm seeing a pattern here. And last but not least, D received the most votes with 33%. So the correct answer was B, 7 Mount Everest. All right. So just like with our other questions, our contestants had to first find the correct answer and then come up with the trick answer. Let's see who came up with what and how many points each answer will get. So Irvin came up with C, 9 mountains, and that was 22% of you voted. Andy came up with A, and Gabby came up with D. So great job, Gabby. It looks like your answer got the most votes. So let's check out a short video on how you came up with it.
Hi, my name is Gabby, and for question number 2, the correct answer is 7 times greater than the weight of Mount Everest. And for my tricky answer, I decided on 15 because the way I decided to do the equation was that the weight of Mount Everest divided by 2.64 times 10 to the 15th power. And the weight of Mount Everest as an equation is 357 times 10 to the 12th power. So I divided that by 2.64 times 10 to the 15th power. And as you're doing those big multiplications and trying to find the number, sometimes or most likely you'll get confused and like it's hard for you to solve the problem. So people would just like get the number kind of rounded. So that's why I chose 15, even though the correct answer is 7 times greater than the weight of Mount Everest.
Thanks, Gabby, for taking us through your process. Certainly an interesting way, and you managed to trick the most. So our round 2 leaderboard is now up, and it looks like Gabby No surprise is in the lead. Certainly time for Irvin and Andy to catch up too. So, all right, everyone, let's take a look at question 3. So, orbiting in the main belt between Mars and Jupiter, this 140-mile wide metallic asteroid might be worth more than Earth's global economy. Is it A, 4 Vesta, B, 16 Psyche, C, 32 Pomona, or D, 588 Achilles? And so before we go to the countdown timer, I'm going to give everyone just a little quick hint. There are over 500,000 minor planets, including asteroids, that have been numbered. The number before the name designates the order in which it was discovered. So, all right, everyone at home, here's another 30 seconds on the clock to make your pick. Walking away, whether they were keeping or switching. So yeah, starting with, let's see what everyone decided. Starting with Andy. So Andy, did you decide to keep or switch?
I'm gonna decide to switch for A, for Vesta.
Interesting. Any particular reason? Sorry.
It said that it's a very big asteroid, so maybe it's probably one of the most most seen ones.
I see. Gabby, how about you? Are you choosing to keep or switch your answer?
I'll keep my answer because Pomona is actually like a city in California, so maybe they decided to name it after it. And because I've been getting luck and confidence.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
How about you, Irvin? You choosing to keep or switch your answer?
I'm choosing to keep my answer because for Vesta is actually the name of another asteroid.
Okay. So feeling pretty confident about that. All right. So most asteroids are rocky or icy. So this is a little fun fact here. The asteroid we're talking about appears to be metallic, made of iron and nickel, which are actually more often found in meteorites and the cores of planets. That's one reason why the scientists who run the Hubble Space Telescope have been preparing to take a closer look. And so while we wait for the votes to be cast in, while we wait for those votes to be cast in, I don't know, let's talk about space. Any stargazers among our contestants today?
Not really, but like I am into like zodiac signs, so that's something, I guess.
Okay. So what's everyone's zodiac sign? We can talk about that.
Well, I'm an Aquarius, so yeah.
Leo over here. Urban, how about you in your hot dog costume?
I'm not even sure. I got no clue. But I was born in March 16. I got no clue what that is.
You're a Pisces.
And Andy, thanks, Gabby. And Andy, how about you?
I also do not know which was my zodiac sign, but I am from April.
April.
You're an
as the
Aries.
expert. Okay.
You're an Aries, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, my friend is super into zodiacs, and is a big fan of like always telling us when planets are in retrograde and whatnot. So I'm still learning from her. So it seems like votes will be ready any minute now. So we will go over in just a second. Here we are to take a look at the answers. So yeah, let's see which all of you in the audience voted for. So 20% of you chose A for Vesta. 20% of you also chose C, Pomona. 30% of you chose D, Achilles. And another 30% of you chose B, 16 Psyche. So the correct answer is 16 Psyche. It was first discovered in 1852, and the prefix 16 means that it was the 16th minor planet in order of discovery. So it turns out there are over 500,000 minor planets out there that have been numbered, and another 500,000 that have been observed but have yet to be numbered. So if you're wondering what the first one to be discovered was, it was actually Ceres, which is the largest asteroid in the main asteroid belt between both Mars and Jupiter. So let's see how many points everyone got for their answers. So Gabby gets 20 points for her answer. Andy and Irvin both get 20 for their answer. Oh, sorry. Yep, because they switched. So 20 points for both Irvin and Andy. All right. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place, Gabby's still holding the lead, but Andy in second and Irvin in third are close around the corner. Definitely still anyone's game. So with 2 questions left, let's go on to question number 4. And in this round, 100 points are once again up for grabs, and all points are doubled. So here we go. Question 4. A pair of shoes were 10% off last week. This week, there's an additional sale and you can get an extra 40% off the already discounted price from last week. What is the total percentage discount that you'd get if you buy the shoes this week? A, 40%, B, 46%, C, 50%, or D, 54%. All right, viewers at home, you've got 30 seconds on the clock. All right. Hello again. Voting for question 4 has now been locked, and I'm quite curious to see what everyone voted for. So while we wait for the results to be calculated, let's first check out a video where one of our live stream members, our team members, Rom, explains one possible solution for question 4.
A pair of shoes were 10% off last week. This week, there's an additional sale, and you can get an extra 40% off the already discounted price from last week. What is the total percentage discount that you'd get if you buy the shoes this week? First, let's let the variable P equal the original price of the shoes. Let's take the first part. If a pair of shoes are off by 10%, the price is now 90% of the original, or 0.9 multiplied by P. Now we take into account the additional 40% discount, which is on top of the already discounted price from last week. A 40% discount means paying 60% of the normal price. Therefore, we want to take 60% of 0.9 multiplied by P. Using the associative property of multiplication, we can say that the new price is 0.6 times 0.9 times P. which is equal to 0.54 times P, or 54% of P. However, the problem asks for the total discount on the shoes rather than the amount you would pay. Therefore, we subtract 54% from 100% to get a 46% discount.
And so now you know a little bit more about percentages, and to my shoe and sneaker enthusiasts out there, how much you might just save on your next pair of shoes. So, real quickly, actually, what color shoes or socks for indoors is everyone wearing for tonight's show?
Well, I have some fuzzy socks, so it's keeping me warm.
Erwin, how about you?
I have some white slides.
And Andy with the shades, how about you?
I just have the usual black socks.
Keeping it casual. Nice. It's just a slipper day for me. Keeping it comfy. But yeah. So I know with percentages and sales going on, is anybody excited about the upcoming Black Friday sales? Any specific products they're looking to get?
I'm excited. Well, probably this year I'm gonna do probably Cyber Monday since like we can't really like go to like the malls how we used to. But I'm excited to see if I can find some good things.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to Cyber Monday to get those deals and steals. Yeah, I guess we could talk about actually in terms of why do you think or what people think the audience may have guessed for their answer. So in terms of the percentages, do we think people are going to guess higher or lower than the initial percent?
I think they're gonna choose higher.
Higher? Well, let's find out. It seems like the results are just in. So let's take a look, shall we? So no one seems to have picked answer B. 22% of you chose answer D. 33% of you chose A. And C rounds us out with 44% of the audience vote. So let's see. The correct answer was actually 0%. I mean 46% B, which nobody picked. So everyone was tricked this round. So, as you might recall, our contestants had to first figure out the correct answer, 46% in this case, before choosing their trick answers. Let's see how everyone else's answers did. Oh, everyone will certainly be getting points this round. So Gabby's answer got 22 points. Andy's answer got 33 points. And Irvin got a whopping 44 points. Congrats, Irvin. So it looks like yours got the most votes for this question. So let's actually hear a little bit about your explanation for how you got to that answer to trick everyone.
Question 4, I picked 50% because I thought the audience would add up the percentages. 10 plus 40 equals 50, and that's why I picked 50%.
Great. And so because that round was doubled, we can now see that the scoreboard has certainly tightened in terms of the lead. So again, in first, now Irvin has taken the lead, Gabby with a very, very close second, and Andy quite close behind. So Irvin, thanks for explaining your trick answer. Really did the trick. All right. So after 4 rounds, again, it looks like Irvin is now in the lead, but it's definitely still anyone's game, especially now that the next question will have triple points. All right. So with that in mind, everyone, let's take a look at question 5. So Android and iOS are 2 of the most popular mobile platforms. Android allows developers to display short messages that disappear after a few seconds and can't be closed by swiping. What is the name of this type of message? A half swipe, B, invisible ink, C, toast, or D, important alert? And just like that, it's the final countdown. They say that we're the most tech-savvy generation around, so let's put that to the test this time around. Everyone at home, this is your last chance to vote, last chance for contestants to get some more points. And this time, we're going to start with Irvin. So Irvin, are you going to be keeping or switching your answer?
I am going to be keeping my answer. I am very confident in this choice.
Solid. All right. Gabby, how about you? Are you switching or keeping?
I'll switch to A.
Any reason why?
Well, because I feel like what's A again? Because I feel like
I think it
that's
was the
the
half
better.
swipe.
Oh,
You think?
yeah, well, I'll say half swipe because that's something that a lot of people do and know what the term is. So yeah.
Interesting. So we'll see. We'll see if that holds up. And how about you, Andy? Are you going to be keeping or switching your answer?
So I'm going to keep my answer.
Feeling pretty confident, pretty sure about your trick?
Yes, it's a gut feeling that I have that made me want to keep my answer.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, gotta trust your gut. So yeah, I'm feeling fairly convinced that you guys are gonna trick quite a few people on this one. And let's see. So actually, regarding this question, I know it's a hot debate. Do you have any takes on Android versus iOS or Apple?
The software or the hardware of Android is better than iPhone, but I would take the user interface of Apple over Android any day.
Interesting. Gabby or Andy, any hot takes on the Apple Android debate?
I agree with Irvin. I'll go with Apple.
For the user interface?
I honestly don't even care about whether I have either an iPhone or an Android.
Impartial, as long as as long as the phone gets the job done. Can't complain with that. I'm a Windows person personally. Windows, Apple, Android as well. So gonna have to be loyal. Pick my Android here. But I definitely have way too many friends who are Apple people. So you can certainly see the other side. So yeah, it looks like our results are locked in, and we've heard from the audience. So let's take a look at the answers. So 10% of you chose B, invisible ink. 20% of you chose C, toast. 30% of you chose A, half swipe. And 40% of you chose D, important alert. So the correct answer is actually toast. Maybe it's because these kind of messages just sort of pop up. I promise I'm done with the puns. But yeah, let's see how many points each person earn for their trick answer. And remember, everyone, these answers will get triple the amount of points. This will break the tie for all. So Irvin gets 10 points for his answer. Gabby gets 30 for hers with A. And Andy will get 40 points for his top answer D. So that will certainly change up the scoreboard. All right. Yep. And a reminder to everyone again that these numbers will be tripled for the final score. So we had a lot of great answers today, some of which were based on mistakes that were made along the way to finding the correct answers. Well, when we're learning new things, we certainly don't got to be right all the time. And you know what, gang? That's all part of the fun. For anyone who's ever gotten a question wrong, those are the people we're looking for RightOn. So that means that you and you and you can play. Everyone can play RightOn. So it looks like our results are ready, and we have the final totals and tallies for today's show. So let's take a look. In third place, we have Irvin with 173 points. Nicely done, my friend. Next, in second place, we have Gabby with 232 points. Nicely done, Gabby. And with the most points in today's game, we've got Andy with 253 points with a sneak win from the back. You are today's winner. So let me tell you what you won. We've got two prizes for you today. First, a $25 gift card to buy snacks and supplies of your choice. And secondly, a pay it forward prize. We'll be giving you a $25 Donors Choose gift card for any teacher you choose, and they can get the supplies of their choice too. Thank you to all the teachers and educators out there for all of your hard work and dedication in the classroom and outside. Congratulations again to Andy, and great job everyone who was here with us on the show. So I'd like to give a final shout out to the viewers at home. Students, teachers, and game show fans of all ages, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We go live every other Friday, and our next show will be on November 20th. If you'd like to be a future contestant, please apply with the link on the bottom of your screen. So, this is Zach signing out, wishing everyone here a great weekend. We hope to see you next time here on RightOn. All right, everyone, be safe, be smart, and be kind. Take care, everyone.